some people out there decided that there weren't enough video games, so they elected to make their own. Hi everybody, I'm Crep, and what you are seeing are several, like, credit, advertisement, whatever you want to call them, screens for various Sonic pages, some of which exist, some of which don't anymore, that are dedicated to Sonic ROM hacking, because this is a Sonic ROM hack named Sonic Megamix. It's pretty old at this point. I think this version is from like 2008 or something like that, but it's been in development since like 2004, 2005, and it's currently still in development, quote unquote. I'll get into that in maybe just a little bit, but I have a guest with me, and I would like them to introduce themselves so that we all know.
Hi, I'm It. I like Sonic. Today's my birthday, and I'm here to have a good time.
It is Mitt's birthday at the time of recording, and everyone should celebrate, in my humble opinion. Like I said, this is a pretty old ROM hack, but it's not the oldest, since Sonic ROM hacking as a thing has been around since, like, the very end of the 90s, even. Like, really early relative to, I don't know, a lot of other game hacking scenes. This one builds on like a lot of knowledge people had already developed and worked on over the course of like half a decade. And I just thought it'd be neat to touch on it after having played all these other official classic Sonic games, not just as a neat way of touching on what Sonic ROM hacks are gestures vaguely like, but also it's just an interesting game in its own right, and it might serve as an interesting contrast to the design philosophies of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic CD, and I guess Chaotix. This is the preferences screen, and I'm going to change the control scheme from Classic to Megamix, because if you play on Classic, none of the characters have unique movesets, and this game introduces a lot of unique moves for the three main characters. There's 3 of them, and it's not Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, interestingly enough. We'll leave everything else as normal. I could change the camera style to the extended style that Sonic CD has, but it's fine. There's one more screen to check out before we actually start playing, because there's also an options screen where we can change our character. The 3 characters in this are Sonic, Mighty, and Shadow. Quick rundown, Sonic attempts to mimic, like, adventure-style gameplay, but in 2D, so you have the homing attack and the light speed dash. You don't get shield abilities like in Sonic 3. Shadow is like a new take on that to some degree, with like a double jump and I think also a homing attack. He's weird. We're not touching either of those two. We're playing as Mighty, obviously, who has the traditional Sonic 3 Sonic gameplay, but with an added twist, which is fun. We'll get into it as soon as we actually pick up a shield. Mitt, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
I appreciate that of you. Do you have any familiarity with Sonic Megamix or other Sonic ROM hacks?
I think... Okay, so like the one I have the most experience with is Sonic 3 Complete, and I don't know if that counts because it's just Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but like the way everyone on the planet should play it, unless you're playing Angel Island Revisited, in which case you are also good and valid.
Yeah,
but
now there's options.
Yeah, so like I played a little bit of Sonic Classic Heroes, I think it was called.
Right.
And like I've seen a little bit of this through osmosis. Like I would be surprised if there was any like longtime internet Sonic fan who has not seen Megamix at some point and or seen it on eBay as a bootleg.
Ooh,
whoa!
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Whitey, are you good?
No, as it turns out, I can't get out of this.
Oh. All right.
Good time to mention that Sonic Megamix is not a finished game. It's very polished for what it is, and it's mostly finished, even even in this iteration, like I said, this game's still in development, but this is not finished. It's missing one. Oh.
Who's that guy?
Sorry,
Who was that? Who was that?
I don't have the authorization to give that kind of information out.
Oh.
It's okay. It's just a quick fix. And
Okay.
I think one more fix because it probably forgot that I changed the control setup. Nope, we're good. Nope, except nope. Okay, yes. I love it when a Let's Play starts up smoothly with no issues.
Mm-hmm. Welcome everyone to the first try of the Sonic Megamix Let's Play.
Right, we're just now starting this.
Yeah.
Mitt, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
I appreciate that of you. Do you? Okay, never mind. You're right. Like most people have like at least a passing familiarity with Sonic Megamix as like maybe something they've heard of or seen a little bit of. And I think it's a great testament to its reach. It's actually fun fact. Sonic Retro has this on the page for Sonic Megamix. It's the first known Sonic ROM hack to have been sold as a bootleg cartridge.
That figures.
Yeah, it has this great box art and cartridge art that uses official renders of Sonic and Shadow, and then uses a fake 3D, not even a real 3D model, but fake 3D render, fan made of Mighty. Definitely just picked up from DeviantArt without permission. Because you know.
You know.
So, I was going to mention briefly, you mentioned Sonic Classic Heroes. That was developed by Flamewing, just to get that name out there. Because I think it's important to talk about the people who make these games, just because it's a niche scene, it's not big teams, most of the time.
Yeah.
Except, like, right here, where this game had a lot of hands on it, actually, as it turns out. There was a lead developer, Stealth, also known as by his actual person name, Simon Tomley. Later went on to be one of the foundational developers involved with Sonic Mania, of course, and the mobile ports of Sonic 1 and 2. And he's the lead developer, but other notable people from the ROM hacking scene, some of which are still around, also worked on this project. People like Aquaslash, Yuski, DRX, who is one of the major runners of Hidden Palace, the site dedicated to collecting and dumping prototype ROMs of games. Sinosu, who is still a prominent member on Sonic Retro on the forums. People who aren't on the team anymore. Oh, Marky Jester also has done work on the game. That's pretty notable. People who aren't on the team anymore, but did notable work for it, including names like Chimpo and Stephen UK and Tweaker. I don't know what Tweaker's doing anymore. It seems like people don't like them, but that's fine. I don't involve myself in whatever drama the Sonic ROM hacking scene has. Anyway, if that sounded like just a wave of nonsense, that's fine. But I wanted to toss it out there. The most important name for the game, especially currently, is Stealth. Just because when the project kind of started to sputter in the last decade, or at least like good chunk of the decade, Stealth was the only one really carrying the torch for it anymore. At least as far as I could tell. Now currently there's people trying to keep the project going in like a branching way by making the Megamix Mania mod, and that's a whole bunch of people who have never been a part of this development team. I have no idea who most of the people working on Megamix Mania are, because I haven't looked into it yet, but like this game has a legacy in that way. It's very influential. Lots of people wish it was still being worked on and wish it was a completed project.
Now, this is me doing like my big brain reach questions.
Oh,
Do
absolutely.
you think that this game could have had a hand in like keeping Mighty around in like the fandom, because like obviously they used him still for a really long time in like the comics,
Yeah.
where they gave him like just a straight up modern redesign when it came time to do that. But like I guess it's worth asking, because at the same time a lot of the ROM hacking scene is like they know everything about classic Sonic, so like
Right.
they do kind of pass that around a lot. But with the reach that this game had in the fandom as early... Oh, okay.
I just forgot that teetering on the edge would make me face to the right. We're good.
Goodbye, Mighty. But yeah, like with the reach that this game had, and how influential it was with other ROM hacks, do you think part of why Mighty is around today is because of this game?
I
As
feel like
local Mighty stan.
I feel like, yeah. If at least because, again, this started development in 2004, 2005, like in that range, and at that time, the Sonic fanbase wasn't small online for sure, but it was like really different. And I think a lot of the people who would have had attachment to characters who only showed up once or twice at that point wouldn't have like known each other as well as they've been able to like find each other through more like what's the word, like homogenized social media like Twitter and Tumblr. So it's a lot different today, where like you can just find Mighty fan art on DeviantArt and people making fanfic and headcanon posts and the like online pretty easily,
Yeah.
but back then you wouldn't have been finding a lot of discussion of the character or anything. So I think this was a factor. And I also think that they included Mighty primarily as like, it seems like Megamix has this thematic element to it, or like design philosophy of blending the quote-unquote generations of Sonic, and this was well before Sega as a publisher and Sonic Team as a developer acknowledged that the series was very generational. But like the fan base was hyper aware of it even midway through the 2000s. So I think like it's a bit of a statement having Sonic, Shadow, and Mighty specifically playable. Sonic is like the timeless character, Shadow is the more recent one, and Mighty is the one who was left behind. That's just how I feel about it, though. I do also feel like... Oh, go ahead.
We have to unite all of the Mighty stands to come together for a meeting of the minds to really establish the ancient Mighty lore.
It's honestly doable, actually.
Yeah.
There was a period when our good friend Sen was living on the West Coast like I do, and if we'd happened to know each other at that time, we probably could have met. Instead, there's a different Mighty stan, Rontu Fox, on DeviantArt and Tumblr and Twitter, who does now live on the West Coast, and we made plans at one point, or at least talked about wanting to make plans, and then the pandemic happened, and then we didn't. So, yeah, maybe in the future.
We'll get some of them all together here when I inevitably force everyone to come over and go scream in the streets of Manhattan.
Oh yeah,
for a couple days.
I've been looking forward to that for like years at this point. Like whenever we can make it happen, really.
True.
I just noticed these sideways spike crushers, which we just found are in the Sonic 1 prototype that was found and dumped recently.
That's Wait, really?
Funny. Yeah, actually. Those don't exist in regular Marble Zone, but they're in Marble Zone in the prototype. So I either it's a coincidence or we'd already seen them in like magazine screenshots or something, and Megamix took inspiration from it.
That's wild. That reminds me of how the drop dash just like like they had the same train of thought independently of whatever it was in the Sonic 3 prototype.
Right. And it's especially funny considering, like, I wonder what sort of design iteration the drop dash went through in Mania, considering the only evidence we have of it in Sonic 3 and the one prototype, it's super awkwardly implemented.
Yeah.
Wonder if they, again, like, having come up with it independently from that, from like Sonic 3's development cycle, and never even, like, hearing about it from any of the Sonic team devs that were working on Sonic Mania. Wow. I wonder if they ever, like, overlapped even more somehow.
Yeah.
Dang, what was I talking about, though? Oh yeah, we were going to bring all the Mighty Stands together.
True. To form the Mighty Zord.
Right, we're gonna bring all our Mighty Zords together. I also feel like Mighty's inclusion in this, like, must have bred some amount of, like, attachment to the character in Simon Tomley.
Yeah.
When it came to working on Sonic Mania, honestly. There was a fun period in Sonic Mania's pre-release cycle, dang it, where people were seeing that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were playable, and then we're speculating that we would get somehow Mighty and Shadow just because that would complete the Sonic Megamix cast. Tails and Knuckles are unlockable in this game, but I don't remember how. You might just have to beat it or something, and then they're playable. Something like that, probably.
I bet they would have 100% done that if there weren't mandates that dictated that Shadow is strictly a modern character.
Right. It's funny, because it took Mania and Forces and the IDW comics for us to learn that was even a thing.
Yep.
Which is just so funny, considering how many times the franchise has been like, yeah, we'll bring back these characters. And now they're just permanently modern characters.
Yeah, it's strange that there's permanently classic characters too. Like, I figure that it's just because they've severed classic Sonic from being necessarily what the name suggests, which is
right.
Old. And they're just like, yeah, here's just he's a more classic style of Sonic. He's like the one from the 90s, but we're bringing him back.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it being a separate world now, but not one that leads linearly into modern Sonic, I guess.
Right. It's weird. I'm, like, kind of okay with it, but only if they actually do anything with it.
Yeah.
Like, I think there are better things they could do, but if they're going to have this whole thing of the classic universe, modern universe split, then at least give us more classic content.
That's funny, because I was just thinking, wow, I see a lot of people all the time complaining about how much classic Sonic there is now.
We got
Because,
one
like,
game.
Yeah, I agree. I guess it's because he's like showing up in other games like Forces and Generations, and they're doing so much marketing with him because he's a more immediately recognizable iteration of the character,
He's in, like, the Super Monkey Ball port and everything.
Yeah. So, like, I agree. It's an interesting and cool way to flesh out the two universes independently of each other, but I think it's a little silly to say, yeah, we can't have, like, Mighty and Knack in modern Sonic, which it's whatever. Like, you could, but I could understand how they could see doing that as being not, like, regressive, but pointless, if not redundant. Because, like, if you're introducing... They both have their own casts of recurring characters then, and you are then introducing new characters to them each separately.
Yeah, and, like, it would be very interesting if they introduced a new classic character. Oh, okay. I really wonder how they'd handle something like that. Or if they're just gonna make the cast, like, stagnant.
If they could bring one modern character to classic and, like, one that you think would fit best, who would it be?
I'm amazed you have to ask me this question. Do you already know the answer?
Not offhand.
It's Blaze.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because that's what I would want, like either Blaze or Shadow. But like I just had the thought, like, wow, a classic cream would kind of work really well, and I want to see that.
Yeah. Funnily enough, someone on the Sonic Retro, Sonic Retro, there's too many Sonic sites I know, on the Sonic Roboblast 2 message boards is working on that for SRB 2. I don't think I really care for the design, but like I like the idea. So like I agree with that. Wow, look at me, pausing to avoid dying. No, no! That's fine, because check this out. You know what the smart developers of Sonic the Hedgehog Megamix did? They included a save feature. How does the save feature work? That's confusing. I picked save, and I don't know... Was there a continue option at the title screen? Was that what I missed?
I didn't see one. But now I am worried.
Of course. We're all worried. Oh yeah, there's continue.
Okay.
And of course I overwrote it. So, you know, that's fine. This is a real one for the ages, I think. I just like Blaze a lot, and would like to see Blaze more often, and because they have these restrictions on when Blaze can show up in modern games, just based on her canon, I guess, and their choice to bring Silver back whenever the hell they want, but they can't bring Blaze back.
Yeah.
I would like to see Blaze in a classic context. Give her concept more opportunities to shine.
Yeah, I agree. I think like they have definitely defined her playstyle in Rush, which I think is funny because I do genuinely wonder how many people actually know that she plays really substantially differently from Sonic, and she's not like a reskin of him to the degree that I've noticed that the Act 2 level in every zone in Rush Adventure is geared towards Blaze, and the Act 1 is geared towards Sonic.
Oh, interesting.
And with how the pace of classic Sonic is just inherently much lower than it is in Rush, I wonder how they would kind of translate that.
Big slowdown. Yeah, I think a lot about how Blaze would play in a classic context, but also my problem is that I think about it in the context of like there being a cast of 5 to 8 other characters and trying to make her stand out in regards to them. And I also have a nasty habit of not having played Rush or Rush Adventure enough to remember her hover ability until someone prompts me about it.
Yeah.
So like I always consider other things for her. There was like an idea I had at one point that was just, oh, she's the boost character, because of course she is. I don't think I would do that again.
Yeah, I think if you asked me to include anything from her kit, it would definitely be like trying to figure out how you would make her tricks work, because that's definitely the biggest part of her playstyle on top of the hover.
I agree with that. Yeah. I had this neat idea for Amy at one point, which is kind of using the whole like she's the woman character, so she's agile and a gymnast spin from the Sonic Boom games, which is kind of but is at least fun from a gameplay level.
Yeah.
Where she has like the triple jump and everyone has the double jump. Kind of spinning on that and giving her the trick system from the advanced games in a way that's like, in a way that works with the, I need to find a reverse thing so I can actually get through that tunnel. Works with the elemental shields specifically. So like oh come on, really? You have the tricks, but then if you have an electric shield, your up trick is better. If you have the bubble shield, your downward trick lets you bounce off the ground. If you have the fire shield, your forward trick is better. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like that would be very cool for Blaze, thinking about it.
I guess you would do the input like if you didn't want to add an additional button. Like, I guess if you were to have a secondary button for like a character like Amy, just to have one.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's probably why they did that in advance. Anyway.
Yeah.
if you did that, like if you had a game where that was the case, or no, if you didn't have that, I would say make it so it's similar to like the air dash for Sonic in Advance, where you double tap forward, and like I know that's not the best input for it, but like it works. It's something.
Yeah.
Because Blaze would be different enough as is, because she would probably have the best mobility out of everyone in terms of like she would have the most controllable speed, and she would have the best jumps and everything.
Right.
That's kind of her deal. It would be interesting seeing how you would make that different from Sonic, because in the classic games, that's literally her playstyle is just Sonic.
Right. Yeah, I need to actually give the Rush games another try sometime, because I really haven't played them since they were like recent. And that's a long time ago. That's as far back as this started development.
Yeah.
Which is really weird to think about.
When I replayed it, I don't remember how long ago it was a couple months. Did not like the bosses.
Oh, yeah.
Deadline Zone is still my favorite zone. It is so much fun to play. I don't understand how they made the last zone the most fun zone. The slog is like that whole, like when you're 3/4 of the way through the game, that third quarter of the game sucks, because that's like what's it called? Do I have Sonic Rush on Foobar that I could easily look up? Yeah, okay. Oh no, these are not the zone names. What's it called? The Sky Zone and the Ship Zone. I don't like either of them. They have good music, they're not fun to play. And the Desert Zone is also kind of whatever. Water Palace also could be better. Man, Sonic Rush's zones are kind of bad.
I struggle to remember like any of them visually.
Visually, I like all of them a lot, because they feel like modern Sonic reinterpretations of older zones in a way that feels more modern than like how Advanced did it. Because like Advanced also did it really good, but I feel like this is also a cool take. It feels like a modern take, whereas Advanced feels like a Dreamcast take. Because like Neo Green Hill Zone is super duper like Emerald Coast, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
A dangerous Eggman one.
It was fine. I avoided death multiple times by insta-shielding through the ball. Ugh.
I nod. The insta-shield is good. I really like that insta-shield guy.
Something that's neat about this hack that we're not going to get to see like in full, since I'm only playing as one character here, is that all the playable characters have different invincibility themes, different super themes, different level clear jingles, different heads-up display graphics. There's a lot of attention to detail to giving them very slightly different aesthetics, which I'm a big fan of. I'm always a big fan of stuff like that. This seems like not a great way to open a zone, but maybe that's just me.
I was thinking that too, because like, what's on the left? Is it just a pit, or?
Probably. Hey, if I die again, I'll find out. Okay. I was worried that I couldn't jump out of there.
Yeah.
That was cool. I liked that.
I did notice that the jingles were all from Chaotix, and I thought, it would be very surprising if these were exclusive to Mighty.
Yeah, they are, as it turns out.
They are. It's wild. It's crazy.
The idea isn't like fully fleshed out yet in this version. I think it is in the in the more recent version of the game that's for the Sega CD. That's wasn't supposed to be released but got leaked by someone on the team, I think. Where like Shadow has all this music from like Gunstar Heroes, and I think also some FM arrangements of Shadow the Hedgehog stuff.
That second part is really funny, actually.
Yeah, I should fact check myself on that one, but I think that's the case. I definitely remember the Gunstar Heroes stuff. His ending theme is just the ending credits theme from Gunstar Heroes, and like it creates a really specific energy. This game is actually where I for the first time heard a lot of Genesis soundtracks I was not familiar with. This song in particular, and there's another one in Dark Fortress Zone that is from the same game. This is from Hybrid Point, which is a Japanese-only Sega Genesis, I think Sonic Team developed, strategy RPG set in a like science fiction setting. I actually know very little about it. I've not played it. I think it got a translation patch like a handful of years ago, actually, but I still haven't played it. Soundtrack's great, though. It's all by Naofumi Hataya, one of the major Sonic CD composers.
Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say this. It still sounds like Sonic music, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just wait till we get to the Spring Yard replacement zone. You'll hear some very obviously not Sonic music there. There's some other gems in the soundtrack, though. If I ever stop getting game overs on level design I've never played before, then maybe we'll get there.
You are valid. This is simply the Sonic experience.
Yeah, this is fun so far, but it is a lot of like I was saying very early on, the level design sensibilities are different from the existing classic Sonic games, and that means that like some of my reflexes for where I think I should be jumping just because of how long I've been rolling or how long I've been running without doing anything are actually bad ideas. Or I shouldn't have been running this long, or all of those kinds of things. That's why I got crushed 3 times in a row. Oh, I have to go activate that platform. That's kind of a cool set piece, but if you skip by it, it feels a little stop and go.
Yeah. The zone definitely does feel reminiscent of of Marble Zone, for better or worse.
Yeah, it's got a little more to it, but it's definitely very platformy. Oh, hi.
This
that's
part feels
kind
very
of
labyrinth. Also, yeah.
Yeah, it is labyrinthian.
True.
I don't want to get crushed by that. Saw that one coming at least. It's also just a little long. Hi.
This game really likes the Eggman monitors.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. It's a little bit Sonic for super players.
Yeah, makes sense.
Something I wanted to touch on, and then just didn't yet, is the specific thing Mighty can do in this game that he can't do in any other game, and no character has ever done in any official Sonic game. Let me get up here to show it off. If you pick up a shield, you can press up and A to store it. You can store up to 3, I believe, and if you have any stored, pressing up and A will cycle through them, including the empty slot of just having all 3 of them stored, which is really interesting. Yay! I didn't die!
We did it!
Woo! It's kind of a neat mechanic. It might lead to some kind of advanced play. Oh yeah, at least some kind of advanced play if you start mixing the elemental shield abilities. But like, that's a really advanced play, and
yeah,
without practice is not really my wheelhouse. Oh, whoa, okay. But it is something, and for that, it is at least cool and interesting. There's a reason, though, that they were...
For this game.
Oh, what was that?
That makes me wonder what speedruns look like for this game.
You know, I hadn't thought about it. There's got to be speedruns out there in this game.
Yeah, especially TASes, because like if you could just switch them on the fly, then imagine like assuming you could do multiple shield actions at a time in the air, like
You
switching,
might be able to.
like yeah, using like the fire shield burst, switching to like the thunder shield, and then double jumping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if you can just do that. It does cost 5 rings to swap shields, but like, if you're picking up a lot and you're using the shields well, it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
I've got quite a bit right now. That's kind of fun. I also had a fire shield, so there actually wasn't that much danger there. I just wasn't thinking.
Extra life.
But the thing I was going to say was that, like, while this ability set is cool, it does feel a little narrow compared to, like, the multitude of things Sonic and Shadow can do in this game, which is probably why in the more recent version, not the one that's currently leaked, but development that was happening, like, for supposedly Megamix 5.0. This is 3.0, and the CD version that got leaked was 4.0. For 5.0, they were going to give Mighty his wall kick from Chaotix, which would have been fun. I always like doing that. I almost don't play Mania anymore without Codename Gamma's mod that gives Mighty the wall kick. You were gonna say?
I wonder if they would consider then adding his heavy drop. That's what it's called, I think.
The hammer drop.
Yeah, hammer drop that.
Yeah, I wonder. You know, in the Megamix Mania mod, he has both of those things. I don't know if he has the shield swapping yet. I haven't played it yet. I'd like to at some point.
Wild.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. But it'd be interesting. Kind of wish I'd grabbed that extra life, but that's okay. Well,
okay.
We're living. I read on the Sonic Retro page, for Megamix, that each zone has 4 acts. If that's the case, I haven't been paying attention. I don't feel like I've seen 4 acts of Sunset Shores or anything.
There were 3, yeah.
Okay. Weird. Maybe that's
Like, I'm pretty sure, because I think the 3rd act ended with the boss.
Yeah, you're right, definitely. Maybe that's the case in 4.0 then.
That is certainly something, unless you have a low zone count. And even then, I don't know.
The game was intended to have as many zones as Sonic 1 has, so I think it's just a case of fans looking at how Sonic 1 has more zones than the other games and being like, that's cool, because they only did it once. And then going overboard with it.
I don't want to, like, dig at the game's choices and be like, oh, well, why aren't you doing it like the real games? Because I think that's obnoxious and bad to do that. And, like, I think a lot of well, I don't think I know, a lot of hack and just, like, fan game design decisions happen for, like, a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that they're not thought through. Because, like, I think the smartest thing that the Classic Series did was make it 2 acts per zone, because it gives a good brisk pace to the game.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, with Sonic 1, yeah, the game is slower, but also the fact that there's 3 acts also makes the game feel slower to progress through.
Right.
Because it almost literally is. So, like, when I think of making it 4 acts, I definitely understand why. And it would be difficult to like, equal out that level count, but by adding more zones, because then you're making new assets, and then you're stuck, basically.
Yeah.
Making a lot more stuff.
I think
So
that's
wonder,
definitely part of it.
Yeah, I wonder what would be, like, a good happy medium between the two. Like, maybe if you did something similar to like kind of what Sonic 3 does, where they have like a sort of different look in the second act, but you kind of like slowly lean into that second visual style as you go through the 4 acts.
That's kind of a cool idea. At least in this version with just the 3 acts, they're clearly toying with the idea of using different palettes for each act as a way to make them feel distinct.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would carry it for 4 acts per zone. Okay, this is cool.
Yeah. I think you could also do stuff without even making new tile sets. Like if you were to take zones from, or tiles from the second zone and kind of wean the player into that zone aesthetic in the zone prior. Like if you saw little bits and pieces of Marble Zone in Green Hill Zone as you started going towards the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Then that would kind of let you try a new aesthetic that also kind of bleeds into the next one to, you know, introduce that. And then if you wanted to go really crazy, you could try and introduce level design elements that would be thematically appropriate for the second zone. Though at that point, I feel like you might run into an issue of like constantly introducing new things and not letting a zone have its own identity.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely a balance to be had there, but I like the idea conceptually. I'm sure there's a way to balance it that feels engaging without encroaching on each zone's identity.
Yeah.
A neat little detail that this game does every once in a while that I think is cute is it'll start you off running into the level from the left instead of just having you stand there. It's one way in which this feels just a tad bit closer to like the interconnected nature of Sonic 3's zones compared to just vanilla Sonic 1. This is just a Sonic 1 hack, by the way. I could have said that whenever, I think.
Okay, because it happened to you earlier, and it's my favorite Sonic 1 glitch. But when you were pushing against the monitors and you did the little funny Mario jump, and you didn't break them, is that exclusively a Sonic 1 glitch?
Oh, that's exclusively a Sonic 1 glitch. They ironed that out for Sonic 2. Yeah.
I'm glad that's the giveaway.
There's a couple of things. The other big one being that you can choose to make the level set not the new levels for this hack, and if you set it to classic instead of Megamix, you'll be playing just Sonic 1. Just, you know, with Sonic with new abilities or Shadow or Mighty. Oh, okay, cool.
Ah! There they go.
Oh, I don't have enough rings to pull my shield out. Come on, give me.
That's what that sound is.
Yeah. It's funny it couldn't get it out all the way both times. It got cut off. I don't know by what, though.
Does it play the whole sound? Because honestly, if it's just that sound, I would completely understand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Imagine that. Imagine instead of the sound, it made the sound that the bumpers do in Carnival Night.
God.
Anyway, it sure is the Marble Zone boss, but with more fire in the middle. I'm gonna cheese it. Nope, except I'm not, because I kept hitting the wrong button combination. It's down and A to pull out a shield, and I keep forgetting. It's up and A to store one, down and A to pull it out.
Okay.
Oh, the camera goes further over. Whoa.
There you go.
Weird.
There they go. They're following him.
They're gone.
They're gone. I hope they're safe.
Yeah, I hope none of them fell in the lava. Some of them went to the left, and that scares me.
Yeah.
Mitt, do you know where this is from?
Is this not a Streets of Rage song?
No, it's not.
It sounds familiar.
Now I'm like second guessing myself, but I believe it's from Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And there's a couple other Moonwalker songs in here. One of them is very obvious. That timed out really good. Ugh.
This is an interesting palette for this zone.
Yeah, it's... I kind of dig it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm straining to think of like any other high roller, any other classic Sonic zones that have like a mostly yellow foreground palette, but then with like blues and greens in the back like this.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth is like all yellow and brown.
True, but the accent color is green. And it is like this green.
Is there that much of it? When I think of Labyrinth in my head, I don't think too much green. That feels like more like Hydro City.
Maybe.
Maybe I just need to see Labyrinth again. It's been...
Like, it's definitely the color of the water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, you're right. You know, honestly, that does make it pretty prominent. Some interesting, like, sticking to the ceilings and walls here. It's almost like Sonic 1 wasn't really designed to have curves on all corners.
Well, that's because in Sonic 1, Sonic was using his sticky shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then after that, canonically, the next game that happens is Labyrinth.
Yeah, right.
And Sonic doesn't actually get his shoes back. He just makes new ones, and he fixes that.
He can't find the stick anymore to put on them, so he just deals with that.
What happened is, I lied, he does get them back, but Eggman used them a lot on his carpet, and they're not as sticky anymore.
Huh. Wonder who that's for.
I wonder what game that is.
Ah. That's me standing outside your door with a baseball bat.
I understand that reference. What?
Cool.
You're telling me that Dr. Robotnik's deadly traps are in this game?
Oh, that's a rough one. Something that this hack does, I'm pretty sure, is it's in the preferences. You can choose to have the Sonic 1 ground speed cap disabled, and starting to feel like that's whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's really funny to me.
I can't believe they would say that to Mighty.
I know, right?
Run from who?
Yeah, I don't see anyone else here. Oh my god, I was so scared it was gonna happen again.
Yeah. The fun of the sticky shoes is over. We should take them off.
I'm tired of this one game gimmick. Can we go back? I'm tired of roping enemies up with my yarn. Can we go back to inhaling things?
Man. The game feel in Sonic's Epic Yarn is just not as good as Sonic Superstar.
Fuck it. I would play Sonic's Epic Yarn.
I would be curious as to what that would be.
Yeah.
Would it just be like Sonic 1 in terms of how dumbed down they make it, but like...
Whoa! Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, would it just be like Sonic 1, except like with all of like the gameplay sharpness, just like padded with like pillows?
Yes. Also, just really quick thing.
Okay.
That's okay. this far in the recording had the epiphany that I forgot to check OBS's advanced audio settings to make sure that it was actually recording the game's audio to an audio track. Since it can be like that, if you introduce a new audio track or audio source, it might just like assume you don't actually want it recorded to anything. But no, it's recording it to all audio tracks, which is probably okay. It's probably gonna be fine.
This is an interesting Let's Play.
Yeah. I wonder who this is for.
It's for us. It's for you.
No, it's for you. It's your birthday.
That's true. Oh my god.
Oh, I shouldn't have held right. I ruined everything because I decided to move my character in a direction intentionally.
You shouldn't have listened to the meme.
Yeah. It's not like I'm playing Sonic Advance 2 or anything. You know, the game where you do that. The only game. You know, the only Sonic game where you do that. The only one.
Mm-hmm. I can't tell if you're joking or not, because regardless, I agree.
Mixed. It's a mixed joke. I don't really like Sonic Advance 2 that much. On one hand, it gets probably a little more flack than it deserves. On the other hand, it deserves a lot of flack.
Yeah.
And then I definitely feel like there's you know, there's like, if you count like Sonic Rivals or whatever, there's other Sonic games that are very like, well, I guess you're just going this direction. Don't worry about anything else, really.
I personally would not count Sonic Rivals.
Yeah, I'm just
Sonic
surprised by how many
Rivals 1
people
and 2
do.
are outliers and should not
They
be
are
counted.
outliers and shouldn't be counted. I'm surprised by how many people do count them. Or at least like how
I'm
often it
also
comes
surprised.
up. I don't know, like when Some Call Me Johnny did his most recent set of Sonic reviews, and it was all the handheld ones, and he included Rivals in there. It's like, yeah, you did eventually do that whole video on like all the racing games, which included like drift and stuff, and you did talk about Tails Adventures and Sky Patrol, but like Sonic Rivals?
Sonic Rivals is definitely some of the Sonic games where if you were to remove them from existence, there would not be much that changes.
Yeah, I fundamentally agree with that. I was about to say that they're the least Sonic games.
That's also true.
Just not much to them or of them.
Does-
Okay, we're going over here. Ah!
Does Rivals introduce the retcon for Silver's backstory where it's like, oh no, he's not from the future, or he is, but it's weird now, but he's back?
Yeah. It does introduce that.
Okay.
I believe the first Rivals was Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and Knuckles only.
I think so.
Or like Metal Sonic might have also been in there, but I think it was like restricted to only those characters, and then they added.
Yeah.
God, they added Espio. They added Espio Jet, I think.
I could vouch for this one. Do you want to pick up?
Wait, what?
I think I could do this. I think I got this by memory. It's
Yeah,
not
go for
Jet.
it.
It's Espio, Rouge.
Rouge.
Yeah, Rouge, Tails, and Metal Sonic.
Okay.
And the competition, like the team comps, are weird. I don't remember what team Rouge is on. It might be with Knuckles, but I'm pretty positive that Shadow is with Metal Sonic.
I think that might be right, because the thing that I know for certain, because it spawned a lot of shippers, is Espio's with Silver.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, not like a massive amount, but more than you would think, people who ship Espio and Silver because they had that game together.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I tend to feel like
Grace
almost.
is in that game?
God, was she? Because like I feel like she wasn't.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, do look it up. She deserved to be in it. I tend to feel almost no emotion about male Sonic ships. There are like some, but like for the most part, it's just y'all can do whatever you want. It's not for me.
I have what? This is so strange. Okay, here it is, playable characters. Blaze is not playable. I did list off all of them.
Okay.
And I was right about the team comps.
Wild.
It's Sonic and Tails, Shadow and Metal, Knuckles and Rouge, Silver and Espio.
I think that Shadow and Metal Sonic is an inherently interesting combination, but I don't trust Sonic Rivals to explore why I find it interesting.
Yeah, I don't trust Sonic Team to ever explore why I find that interesting, because part of why I personally find that interesting is because, like, whenever I think of how, this is a good dance.
Yeah, this is a really good dance. I like this a lot.
This is awesome.
Wow, he takes a while to move in his teetering animation. Alright. You were saying.
Okay. But yeah, I personally think it would be more interesting if Shadow was not an anti-hero and was just a full-on villain, and if Metal Sonic was, like, at worst an anti-hero. Like, you basically swap their places.
Yeah.
Which does deprive Shadow of, like, all of his character development, but Sonic Team doesn't care about that anyway. Like, you turn Shadow into Star Wolf, right?
Yeah.
And in Metal Sonic, you do what Metal Sonic was supposed to be in all of the supplementary media, where it's like Eggman made him with all of Sonic's brain bits, and he thinks and acts exactly like Sonic, and you literally just do that. You make him have an identity crisis.
Exactly, because that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I agree with you and don't, just because at the very least, because I have a close friend who is very, very attached to Shadow. I also have some attachment to, like, the character Shadow once had, but
yeah,
I still think your angle is really interesting, and I'd like to see it explored a lot, especially because I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog should have a Star Wolf kind of character. If I'm being real, the closest thing it has right now is, like, Infinite, which feels weird.
Or Jet.
Or, like, Jet. Jet kind of works if you, like, make him a little more serious.
Yeah.
But, like, that's it. They just don't want to do anything with Jet.
Yeah. I personally also feel really weird about doing things with Jet because, excuse me, I view Sonic Riders as so severed from the mainline games. Like, I get that they're not technically in the future, but the aesthetic is so deeply rooted with the future and is so different from everything else that, like, anything in modern Sonic has presented that I cannot process it as anything else but, like, the distant future and everyone's older now.
I feel that, honestly. Going back to what you said way earlier, Jet would actually be a really interesting choice for a modern character introduced to the classic universe.
I would be interested to see how they would do that, and, like, my gut is just screaming at me that he should be in Team Hooligan.
Yeah, right. That's in Sonic the Hedgehog 99 when they introduced strikers, and every team has 4 characters instead of 3.
I would say take Knack out of Team Hooligan, and then, I don't know, introduce another one, and then put Knack with Jet, and have them just be rude together.
I do like this. I like this a bit.
Neither of them are evil, they're just rude.
Yeah, right. And then you can, like... I think if you did that, you would keep the Team Hooligan name with Knack, personally, and figure out what Bean and Bark become from that point. There's a lot of slowdown in this zone. Just because, like, from the very beginning, they were conceived as not evil characters, and it would be interesting to explore that more.
Yeah. I do like Bean and Bark just being chaotic forces. They are definitely not evil. Like, that's the funny thing, is that it's kind of weird to fight them in Sonic Mania. Like, Knack, yeah, whatever. But, like, if you play Sonic the Fighters, you could tell that they're not malicious. That was a good save.
Okay. didn't like that situation at all.
Fancy footwork.
Oh, you know. Yeah, I agree with that. I do like how the Archie comics handled it for a brief period, once Ian Flynn took over, of, like, Bark not really wanting to be a part of Team Hooligan, but doing it out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
And just being very quiet and non-interfering.
Yeah.
That's also a kind of character that Sonic doesn't have much of.
Ooh, that makes me think that if you were to put, oh,
There we go.
okay, that makes me think if you were to put Bark and Knuckles together, that would be a
Ooh.
really interesting dynamic.
I also agree with that, actually. See, this is... Hi there. Okay. Worth it. This is just taking me back to our Sonic fighting game concept that we made all the character... whoop. Hi, music.
What?
Something got messed up to one of the instrument channels.
This is awesome. This is a remix.
Yeah, this is great. It's a little loud, but it's cool. It takes me back to our Sonic fighting game concept that we had all the team ideas and character concept drawings for, and makes me want to retool it in the KOF way, where like we don't have to have people together in like traditional configurations, and start thinking about it from that angle. That would also probably force us to pare the cast down, which would be fine.
Yeah. We did have a humongous cast.
Yeah, exactly, because we kept thinking of like character groups that already existed that would be interesting to put in the context of Sonic games canon and just melding everything together.
Yeah. Man, Sonic is a hedgehog.
Sonic is a hedgehog. Mighty's an armadillo. I could see like Knuckles being Bark and someone else.
See, if you were to go strictly by like the really classic canon, like if you walked straight out of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and did that, then it would be Knuckles would just be in the same boat as like Bean and Bark. Did something just happen and I like wasn't focused and you just like zipped?
No, we're good.
Okay. But yeah, like I feel like because I mean they even knew that. That's what Sonic Triple Trouble literally is.
Yeah.
Just Knuckles shouldn't even have the chaotics. That's Vector's gig. That's Mighty's gig.
Yeah, right?
Knuckles should
Like-
be in Team Hooligan.
Man, that's such a fun idea.
It's if Knuckles never truly became friends with Sonic.
Right. Oh my god, where was the last bubble patch?
Uh-oh.
It's not less time to drown here, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Well. Whoa, camera. Sorry, I thought I turned extended camera off. Hello? So it's not a good idea to speed off in whatever direction you want from a checkpoint, apparently.
I also wouldn't put an Orbidot right after a checkpoint.
I also agree with that sentiment. Huh. You could just take the chaotics, drop Knuckles for Ray, and that's it.
God, yeah. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Mhm.
You know, I ask this every once in a while, but like, why aren't we in charge of the Sonic franchise yet? I'm really, like, it should have happened by now.
Yeah, like when I went back in time and changed the past, that should have changed the future. So like, we should be in charge of Sega by now. I don't understand why it didn't work.
Did you do like literally anything else other than the exact steps of your goal?
Well, when I was in Japan, trying to put our foot in the door with Sonic Team, I did like take a brief trip into Nintendo Japan, like just to see,
Mate, you got to be careful about stuff like that. That's the butterfly effect.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
my bad. Time travel and all. No one watching this knows what that's about. Sorry. That's the pigeon effect. You know?
Oh yeah, right.
Where like you even something as insignificant as petting a pigeon while you're in the past trying to change the past could have dire ramifications for the future you're creating.
Yeah, that's true. So then what's different now?
I don't know. I mean, that's so far the butterfly versus pigeon effect is the only thing I've noticed.
Wait a minute, what's the suit I'm wearing? And I have a name tag, and under my name it says Nintendo. Oh no.
Oh no.
No. No.
Does this mean you have to fix the Mario franchise now?
No. No.
Good, I didn't want that shield anyway. I should have stored it. I'm like half playing this game the way that I should be playing it. I just really want to be insta-shielding things.
Yeah, it is cool, like, giving Sonic's kit from Sonic 3 and Knuckles to Mighty makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's clearly had this idea of, like, he's an armadillo, let's make him defensive play, which is cute.
I would be so bold as to say that I almost think they should have done that in Mania. Like, I do prefer the way that they handled it, where Mighty like has his own new thing and Sonic has all of his other tools as unlockable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you were to not have that option and then give Sonic the drop dash instead, then I definitely think Mighty should have like the insta shield and the shields.
Yeah, I agree. Especially because, like, as it turns out, the drop dash does not synergize very well with the shield abilities.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, the insta-shield, where, like, in this game, yeah, if I have a regular shield like this, I kind of feel like I got ripped off, because I can't do the insta-shield now. But if I have the other shield abilities, like, that's fine. I'd have a different thing that lets me do platforming stuff. But the drop dash is inherently a platforming tool and speed gain tool, and you just lose one or both functions should you get one of the shield abilities in Mania.
Yeah, that's why I am at least glad that with the drop dash you could still like use it when you have a normal shield.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna have a game where a character has the insta shield, you really shouldn't use normal shields, because yeah, like you said, whenever you do that, you feel like you're getting ripped off, and especially in areas like this.
Yeah.
You just want a bubble shield so you can breathe.
I feel like I've seen none. I feel like that's intentional. They're probably like hiding them in some off the beaten path places.
Yeah.
I think there was at least one Sonic fan game that had like the elemental shields and the normal shield, and the normal shield gives you like an extended insta shield, which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. Just to give it some kind of benefit.
The quadruple spin attack.
I like that. Cool.
Oh
I'm gonna die. Okay, I thought. I
Okay.
thought.
I also thought that was scary.
For everyone keeping score at home, those last two tracks were from Columns 3. This one's from Rystar.
Not Peggle 2?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know. It's just I had a thought of something.
Sorry, that came off like way more accusatory than I meant for it to be. I wanted it to be a joke. I just didn't know where you were going with it.
I was trying to go for it too.
That's okay. Sometimes we really do just be saying things.
Yeah, that's all we do here. Is we just say words.
That's the only way I know of anything. I can't accomplish anything other than by saying anything.
Yeah.
Rystar is a good game that I should play again. I don't think I've ever beaten it actually. The final level is really hard. It's no, please let me. Okay.
Oh?
It's cute that they really made the effort to fill the gaps of Mighty's sprite set from Chaotix with new sprites for this game. They don't look great all of the time.
Yeah. I feel like if you could put in the gumption to do the cool Sonic fall with Mighty, it's not that much of a stretch to give Mighty or to give Sonic the shell when he's grabbing onto the pole like that.
Oh yeah, honestly. Yeah, actually. But they decided to give him custom sprites instead, which is like, again, an admirable effort. Oh.
Oh?
Ooh. Can I
Where
use
are we
my
going?
advantage?
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh?
Hell yeah. I don't know what just happened, baby.
Well,
oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. Please. Please.
Please let it be worth it.
I'm begging.
I need to see the water surface. This sucks. This sucks so much. No. I didn't even get a checkpoint.
The game gave you a taste.
I want that to happen again. Oh, what? Whoa. What's with the variable spring height?
I guess it's only when you bounce off of it when you get hurt.
I guess. Hello? Oh, there were spikes there. I just couldn't see it because there's too much. This zone is a little visually busy, but it's also gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, honestly. You might recognize it actually, Matt.
I mean, is the background not from a Sonic CD special stage?
It is, but specifically one of the tracks in SRB2 card is based on this zone.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
I do, you're right.
I think just like the new background does a lot of work to make this feel way different from Labyrinth Zone in a way that I appreciate. Good.
I have to say the level design is really making me wish it wasn't cramped like Labyrinth Zone, because I understand why it is like that, but also that in combination with the new background.
Yeah, it is a lot. I'm struggling to figure out though why this feels fine to me. I'm gonna take that spring, thanks. Woo! Ah, that helps a lot. I had no idea that was there. I could have lived. Anyway. I'm struggling to figure out why this isn't like too much for me visually, but like Oil Ocean is. Okay. Because in Sonic 2, not as much in Sonic Mania, there's just like a lot of visual detail and extra foreground elements in the foreground of Oil Ocean Zone, and then the background is also really busy, and they don't contrast well enough. So it feels like way too much. Ooh, that's very kind of you. Time to play cautiously. Okay, cool.
Cautious play over.
Cautious play is gone. I got psyched out by the second fire spewer and was like, well, this is where I get hurt. I don't know, I've always had problems with Oil Ocean Zone. Visuals are... oh. Visuals are one part of it, the other part is, like, the level design in Sonic 2 in Oil Ocean Zone is very... we're going to make maximal use of our level area space, and send you all over the place with these cannons, and you're just gonna go wherever we want you to go, and if it doesn't feel like you're making any progress, that's too bad. That's expressly how I feel about Oil Ocean's level design.
I have not played enough of Sonic 2's endgame because I don't like it
Yeah.
to really hold an opinion other than I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's okay, honestly. We all know how I feel about Sonic 2 here.
Yeah, I also agree with those sentiments. I spent so much of today saying to people that Mario Sunshine is a game that gets better the more you play it.
Uh-huh.
And that applies to many games, but I will not take my own advice with Sonic 2.
It definitely gets better, just like a lot of other games, the more times you run through it. I just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, is this just the normal background for Starlight Zone but recolored? I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we get like the one really visually distinct zone in this game, and the rest of them are just recolors, and like that's fine.
This is really
they have
cool.
bigger. What's that?
This is really cool, like just the skyline.
Yeah, actually, it does look nice. The zones have more visual distinction in 4.0 in places, but then also in a lot of like 5.0 pre-release material, like screenshots and videos and stuff. This zone looks way different. It's a lot more of a deep blue, and the foreground graphics are completely different. I'll probably like put up a screenshot in video editing. I recommend looking that up. Also, Mitt, you can check out Sonic Megamix's page on the Sonic Retro Wiki, and there'll be a screenshot of like the newer Starry Night there. But for the most part, like this earlier anyway, full release of Sonic Megamix really wears its Sonic 1 like base on its sleeve. It comes from a time when palette hacks and level design hacks were more common. I don't know what I just did. I think it was a bad thing.
Oh? I was looking at the page like you had suggested. I didn't even see that. Now you are stuck in Mighty the Armadillo jail.
Yeah, it's Mighty the Armadillo jail. All right, moment of truth. If I actually do hit continue on the title screen, is it good, or do I have to go look up like a level select code? Let's change my character. Not mess it up like that. Okay.
Whew. Phew.
LP saved, everyone. Everything's fine. How do I get up there? I want that. Okay.
You probably have to go up top of that loop.
Yeah. I wonder how and where. Over here. There we go. Was it worth it?
There you go.
Yeah, actually.
Huh. Neato.
I also like how the grass looks in the like more recent Dark Fortress.
Yeah, I agree. It does look cool.
Making it like a little more of a faded green kind of fits it as like a fire level, makes it feel ashier. Why did I do that? I hate bomb enemies so much.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Oh, I was expecting there to be like a spring behind it or something.
No, I think it's just because I was like slightly below it. It was weird. Lots of rings in this level, not a lot of shields.
Whoa, what was up at the bottom of the screen there? Hold on.
Oh, what? Oh. Huh. Yeah, there is just a chunk of the background that isn't parallaxed. Ah. Or I guess is? parallaxed relative to the rest of the background. Weird. Is that platform gonna come back? The thing happened. The thing happened with the music again. One of the audio channels got louder. That's really weird. I wonder if that's a Sonic 1 audio engine bug specifically.
It sounds really funny now.
Yeah. There's something funny about this soundtrack in general for me, where like all of the existing Sonic music that's put into it is very like, at least for me, very blah, because I already know it, so it feels like, oh yeah, this is just Chrome Gadget. But then when they have the music from other games, it's actively interesting and makes the zones feel new and stuff. I'm just going. Oh, I'm just going.
I do feel like using like very short multiplayer songs for full several minute long Sonic levels is a choice. Because I also
it's
like the
a
song.
Risky one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This definitely is short. And as we've noted, the levels in this game are a lot longer than even anything Sonic 1 had.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of rings. They're giving me a lot of rings.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for me to lose them all?
No.
Why not?
I don't want you to lose them all. Oh?
Oh? Whoa, look at those
What is
monitors.
that?
That's real weird. Oh,
Oh.
They probably got overwritten with the signpost graphics.
Spanish. Yeah. There you go.
That was cool.
My secret plan worked, which
Yeah,
is that
thank
I
you.
knew that you saying, "Are you excited for me to lose all my rings?" would make it not happen. So if I said no, I want you to keep them all towards the end, so you get special.
I've never seen any of these special stages before.
Well, you win some and you lose some.
Here we go. This was the other Moonwalker song I was thinking of.
This one's really funny.
Yeah. It's a bit of a choice.
Yeah. Oh boy, I hope that the song that I thought was Streets of Rage is somehow miraculously an original song they made for Moonwalker, so I don't look like a fool for calling a Michael Jackson song Streets of Rage.
I mean, I didn't know what Michael Jackson song it was, if it is an actual Michael Jackson song and not an original composition for it. Oh, hidden it
Whoa.
in.
Camo index 100. I have a
Dang,
camo index of 100 today. If I went to the beach, you wouldn't be able to find me.
Dang, I'll have what they're wearing.
I'm wearing my tan Mario Sunshine shirt that I paid an exorbitant amount of money for, and also my tan sweatpants, which are like the exact same tone of tan.
The shirt that you designed.
No, that would be
Okay.
cool though. It's the anniversary one, so it's got
Oh,
like
okay.
a fancy pantsy print on it.
I didn't think. Well, actually, Teespring lets you pick. We don't have to worry about Teespring much, but Teespring let you pick different shirt colors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you could have gotten your own design in tan if you really wanted.
Yeah. Assuming I myself put it up, but like if I wanted it in tan, yeah.
Yeah. I should plug your store in the description.
True. I am very sad right now because I don't know what to do about my t-shirts because there are no good t-shirt hosting websites to my knowledge. So this is a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it won't hurt you to have it up on Redbubble, but I 100% understand wanting options that are not Redbubble.
Yeah, it's... Oh?
It's fine. Luckily, it's
Okay,
not an
different
enclosed
level, yeah.
space. Yeah, you didn't see the way that I clipped into the other one. I just straight up went through a wall.
Oh, okay.
That one time.
Dr. Robotnik's deadly traps are getting less deadly, but more existential.
They're getting less... oh, okay.
Oh.
They're getting less deadly and more trapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just the zone that wants you to go to special stages.
Yeah. Which is nice of them because this is the penultimate one.
Right. You were saying about the whole Redbubble thing?
Yeah, it sucks because like Redbubble doesn't give you that much money and
Yeah.
Teespring super does.
Yep. But no,
So-
we can't just have a site that people can use to sell their own things on that
Mhm.
doesn't support fascism.
Mm-hmm. That's straight up like the fact that I still can get a reasonable amount of money from Teespring is the only reason why I haven't like up and just taken mine down yet.
Right.
Just because I at least want to have my stuff still there for the time being for my own sake. And
Yeah,
then, like,
exactly.
if an option comes up. Because like
it's... You go first.
yeah, that's the thing that really sucks about like self-printing t-shirts is that like unless you really have all the stuff to do it yourself, which is also expensive, it's expensive and it's really stressful to do it all yourself. Like I did that once. This area sucks.
Yep,
Oh my god.
This is incredibly Starlight.
But yeah, when I did that for my Mother 3 t-shirt, I did the run all by myself and it was like 80 orders, so I had to package like upwards of 80 t-shirts all going to different people and then drop them all off at the post office and pay for shipment and get all the shipping labels myself.
Right, exactly.
And it was just so much and I don't want to do that again.
This is not great. I didn't know this boss is going to be like this.
This is interesting.
Yeah, this is... I'm just, you know, I'm more than a little scared.
I do like that the checkpoint starts you off with 4 rings. It's very nice.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Viewers at home, I'm going to posit you my wisdom because it is on my mind right now. I am learning. I have been in the process of learning, thanks to my incredible support group of fellow artists, that my own personal art decisions are okay, and I am allowed to respect my own artistic decisions and myself. And I'm talking about like stylistic choices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like if I want to make something look a specific way, especially in pixel art, because that's so like that as a medium.
Yeah.
You are allowed to respect your own artistic decisions, and you do not necessarily always have to seek out criticism, and it's okay that you don't want it.
Yeah. This has been a hot subject lately.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about it for like any particular reason, like the tweet that I retweeted earlier, or is it just you're always thinking about it?
It's a little bit of the second thing, and also because I am an admin on the Super Mario Discord on Discord, discord.gg/Mario. You can't miss it.
Can't miss it. Ah!
I have been seeing it where someone is not necessarily confident in their own artistic decisions, so they seek out suggestions and differing opinions. And I understand doing that, but
Whoa!
to me, why would you do that? Why would they do that?
To be fair, Scrap Brain has that. That's a real obstacle in
What?
Scrap Brain Zone, but they only do it like twice in Act 1. And it's in these long stretches where you're already running, so
Okay.
it's supposed to be like it comes from behind you, but its speed is lessened by the fact that you're also going fast. Anyway.
Yeah. So like, I feel like it's more productive than instead of trying to like provide the criticism that is being sought because of the lack of confidence in one's own choices. I feel like it's more productive to reinforce one's own choices, to understand that those choices are okay and good, and they do not necessarily require criticism, constructive or otherwise. You are allowed to do the things that you want, and the things that you do are innately good if you get something out of it, if it's something that you want to do.
Yeah. I fundamentally agree with that. I guess I'm not going this way. I fundamentally agree with that. I wonder what can be done to help fledgling artists recognize their own intent and like understand that they are trying to do things and why they're doing them. Because I think to start on that path, they need to be able to recognize that they've made decisions at all and why they like those decisions. And if they can recognize that, then they can come to terms with whether they're decisions they actually like and want to stick with.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the end of the statement, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, that's the thing that I try to do, is, like, I'll talk myself and subsequently the other person through, like, what I am getting from the thing I'm looking at. Like, whether, like, it's not even, like, this is good or bad, it's just, this is how I am feeling about it.
Right.
And usually it's just, like, it's just, like, stating how it is and like what it's successful in achieving, and then that's a matter of, is this what you want it to be or not? Like, especially if you're doing pixel art, if you construct something in a specific way, it is very easy in something like pixel art to read it as something that it's not.
Yes.
And if that's intentional or not, that's something that needs to be brought up. And then even then, if that's something you think is worth fixing, or if it even is possible to fix depending on the situation. What happens if you go right here?
You know what? Okay. I'll bite.
Oh.
So I'm still going right.
Okay.
So far it's just been this long stretch of nothing.
Yeah. That's kind of surprising, actually. You'd think there'd be like a wall or something to stop you, but...
Right, yeah. This seems like a lot of wasted space in the level design. You think they'd be a little more efficient about this? That is honestly, not even joking. That's a weirdly big amount of just nothing at the bottom of that whole section. But yeah, pixel art.
Pixel art is hard.
Pixel art. And
pixel art is hard. Do what you want.
Pixel art is hard. Do what you want. Party all night. The two of us, and others, but the two of us have had this conversation plenty of times about like the real. Oh wow, the real detriment to the pixel art community. The idea of how do I put it? Mutual growth, mutual progression as artists. Through shared criticism and sharing works and always improving. Like, that idea exists in other circles, but it was so prevalent in pixel art circles specifically, for some reason, that, like, to this day, a lot of pixel artists think that, like, at face value, they have to seek and or accept criticism for any little parts of their work, just because they're pixel artists.
Yeah.
Like as if there's some sort of objective truth to what pixel art needs to be on a functional level. When it's art.
Yeah, it's art.
All art, as it turns out, has subjective value and purpose.
Yeah, and like, as a pixel artist, you're already working in the most niche field on the planet. So, mighty.
That was like as stupid as it could have gone. For me, finally getting onto that wheel.
Yeah, this is definitely a part of the level. But yeah,
This is, yeah.
pixel artists, you 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 are working in the hardest field to do things in, because you are literally working in a. Oh,
I think it was in my best interest to die, even if that wasn't intentional.
oh okay.
Honestly,
you-
it wasn't, but I still think it was a good move.
True. Now you got your rings back.
Yeah, exactly, and I get time back.
True. Pixel
Yeah,
art
pixel art is
most,
one of the hardest fields.
It's the hardest field and the most niche field. Not only is it difficult to learn because there's basically no one around to teach it, but it's very unnecessary. Like, it's so hard to find like a job in pixel art, like one that isn't freelance, because you can get freelance up and down. It's niche enough where the novelty of pixel art is very easy to just be picked up by people who are looking for just art of like their characters or themselves or whatever. That's not the hard part. It's you want to like be secure, and this is like a really real conversation we're having. Cause
yeah, like we're getting to the
so
fundamentals
hard.
of what it is to be an artist in a
Yeah.
capitalist society.
So
And like that's inherently a heavy conversation, and that is truly inherent to pursuing pixel art as a career.
and because like a lot of indie games do it, but it's also important to understand that the reason why a lot of indie games do it is because it takes the least amount of like formal training to do pixel art from a ground level. Like, you could just do it in Paint. You could do it in a browser. It's not like 3D modeling where 9 times out of 10 you need a program to do it in any functional way. Like, you need a program to sculpt, and then you need a program to animate, and then you need to figure out how to get those assets into a game engine. Whereas I think a lot of game engines already predisposed to working with 2D assets, which would be the easiest to produce. And like it's easier to make 2D assets at a smaller scale than it is a larger scale, which is where pixel art comes in instead of like fully hand-drawn 2D assets, which is why you don't see very many indie games that just do that instead of pixel art.
Yeah.
Anyway, and yeah, like the reason why indie games use pixel art is because they don't have money, so they can't hire pixel artists. So it's not as lucrative as you may.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, is this also tangential to why like when TV shows or movies or advertisements want to have pixel art for a retro game aesthetic, they also don't hire pixel artists.
Yep.
They just get someone who can draw and ask them to do pixel art, presumably with like no background in it, judging by the efforts that they get. I'm thinking of stuff like is this seriously?
Oh
That's
my God.
disgusting. I'm thinking of stuff like the end credit sequence from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, or even Wreck-It Ralph. And Wreck-It Ralph was like a step on top of that, or a step above that, and it's still like pretty amateurish in places.
Yeah, it's very like bare minimum because it's so not hard to do the kind of design work and spriting that they do for that, because it's very distinctly like, oh, it's the characters if they were in Pac-Man, or the characters if they were in this other arcade game from the early 80s, and like that's not hard. But like once they start doing like, oh, what if these characters were like in Sonic, then it's like, oh, well, we're not going to make new assets for that, we're going to use the regular Wreck-It Ralph assets that we made for that, and that's going to be enough, and you're going to be okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the key difference between stuff like that, where it's like it's okay enough because everyone's very stylized and cartoony, so it has like that foundation, even if the details of the art style aren't there for everything. It's stuff like that versus the Sonic movie credit sequence, where the graphics artist they had draw Jim Carrey Robotnik for it in pixel art just doesn't match at all.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm just saying, we as a fandom, the classic Sonic side of people who like Sonic the Hedgehog, criticize the hell out of the spike pit in Mystic Cave Zone. So I'm just a little surprised, you know. I'm not making any further comments or like anything inflammatory. You know, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, I am also surprised. I'm surprised that this isn't a pit that takes me to Hidden Palace Zone. I'm just saying.
Good God. I feel like the this game equivalent of that would just be like, it just takes you to Scrap Brain Act 3.
God.
Ah! Did you have anything more to say on the subject of like professional pixel art and professional pixel artists and pixel art being used in things non-professionally?
Yes. I'm gonna drop a gigaton.
Alright.
If you like animation and you specialize in pixel art, don't go to college. Unless you're going to college to like learn 3D or illustration. I can't speak for that. That would be a much smarter move, and you will be most likely to have a job because 3D animation is really lucrative, and that's why it's hard to get into college for that field.
Mm-hmm. It's competitive as hell.
Yeah, if you're looking for pixel art, you just gotta keep going and like build up a good support group around yourself of people who understand your art and your art style and who can further develop by understanding what you want the same way that you understand what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And build yourself up, build your brand. You're gonna find that there are not very many job listings for that kind of thing, and that you will get a lot of people coming to you, and that's kind of how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's gonna be a lot of freelance, and it's totally okay if you have to get like a whatever job on the side. And like, if you're anything like me, I am very averse to the idea of getting a job in the thing that I enjoy doing the most, because I don't like the idea of getting burnt out on the thing that I want to do. Because that's what that would do. I learned that in college, is that doing the things I like to do under that strict a stipulation with people who don't understand the things that I would like to develop and kind of find will ruin your passion for it.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Save yourself the debt, save yourself the stress. Having a support group is 10 million times better than 4 years in college. Like,
yeah.
The benefits of college is the social experience and nothing else. Oh my god, there's a second one?
Oh, if I had any rings, I could pull out my lightning shield and live. The ring requirement, I get it on some level, but it also just makes this sort of thing very restrictive in tense situations like that.
Yeah.
So, like, the thing that should be an advantage that you have just is not. To stop talking about the game that I'm playing, because, like, why are we doing that? The thing that I've been feeling a lot lately, like, bouncing off of what you're talking about of, like, being a person who is averse to doing something you enjoy for a living. I firmly feel like right now, unless you are genuinely interested in, like we were saying, a medium of animation that's very big right now, like stuff like 3D animation, or storyboarding. If you want to be a storyboarder, if you want to go into any of the myriad of important jobs that go into even 2D animation, 3D animation for television, like if you're not interested in any of those, and you enjoy art, this is unfortunately a great time to really not make art your career.
Yeah.
I especially feel like I don't want to make art my career anytime soon. I would much rather stick... Oh, hi there. I like this. I would much rather stick with kind of a boring, not super fulfilling job that gets me through right now,
Yeah.
because you gotta have one. Welcome to capitalism. So if I gotta have a job, then it's not going to be in something that I do with any sort of recreational element to it, or anything that I do for like my own personal artistic pursuits, like pixel art, like my composition. It's just too much for me as a person to work within someone else's whims with these kinds of things. Like, I finally got out of Metallic Base Zone 1, so
Zone
hey.
2.
Oh boy.
But yeah.
Ah!
Oh my god, why are there so many of these? This is actually wild. Actually wild. Wow.
Yeah, this is a lot worse than I was expecting. Okay. I'm just curious what's over here. I shouldn't have been.
There's... Oh yeah, if you know you want to do storyboarding, you major in that.
Yeah. That's kind of it. Like, something that I discovered going to university for composition was that I can't go to university for composition. Especially, like, whoa, that felt cool. I specifically composed digitally. I had no experience with, like, orchestration, arranging my works for sheet music to be read, to be sight read, any of that sort of stuff. Zero experience with it. Only knew how to compose using programs on computers that made sound, and didn't output visuals in that way. And there isn't a space for artists like that in college and university. It's just, okay, cool. It's just not the way things are set up right now, unless you're going... Okay, I didn't press jump, it just let go of me. Unless you're going to somewhere like, I guess, DigiPen? But, you know, that's a really expensive school.
Yeah.
So, you know, choose your battles.
Yeah, that's another thing. Do not worry about the college you go to.
Mm-hmm.
If one gives you a really good scholarship, you probably should take that, because it feels weird to give advice on this, because, like, I'm giving my advice under the stipulation that I did the opposite and it was a bad idea, but I don't necessarily know if this is a good idea. Like, I guess it's a better idea because you won't be in as much debt. But
yeah.
Oh, huh?
Just
Little
ahead.
head?
Yeah,
Just ahead.
I liked him. He was cool. He made me feel something.
Mm-hmm. Oh. No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's fine.
They were siblings.
Going to grab this and then... okay, never mind. I'll get to 5 rings and then pull out my cool boring shield that I have. Oh god,
Oh.
Okay. This is quote-unquote fine. Why?
Oh.
That situation was engineered to hurt me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, did you have more to say on that front, Mitt?
Yeah. Cause like I took the college that was very close by, which was good for its own reasons. It means I didn't have to deal with moving or anything. But I didn't get any scholarships for it, and it cost a lot. I think it was the most expensive one I had out of my options, which was not smart. And the education I got was not worth it. So, like, if you have to go, I guess, choose the one that gives you the most money. But, like, the problem is that you can't guarantee that you're going to get a good education because of how much of it relies on having good professors. And, well, they dropped Scrap Brain Act 3 on you.
Yeah. Can I still skip a good chunk of the level? Yes. No.
Oh my god.
That's so rude. Okay.
Well.
That's I do feel like that's kind of the nail in the coffin for how I'm starting to feel about the level design in this game.
Yeah.
That's very emblematic of like of the sort of design that's like, oh, you think you know this game? Well, tough luck, pal. We're gonna punish you for acting on what you think is pre-existing fun knowledge. No, you're going to get like hurt.
What is this? What is
I don't
this
know.
little tunnel?
Yeah, that kind of like really sucked. I was gonna add on to what you were saying with my university experience. Like I said, I went to university for composition and then didn't study any composition because their composition program didn't exist by the time I got there. Even though literally a year prior I was sold on going to that university thanks to a tour where they told me I would be going into their composition program.
Yeah.
Which, one, awful. Two, just I've had a lot of time to reflect on it. I'm mostly just tired.
Yeah.
But like I went to university for composition and became just a general music major and spent a lot of time performing and found out that I liked performing music. And that, I feel, should be the point of higher education, is not like the numerous like goals and stipulations and deadlines placed on you to meet like a specific major's criteria or to get all this general education done. It should be a lot more stuff of like allowing you to explore new subjects, stuff that you might not have considered before. That's supposed to be what general education is supposed to be for, but it's mostly just a lot of like sit in this subject, and if you don't get it by the end, we're going to revoke your graduation and everything from you. But the point I'm trying to get at is that I found a love I didn't expect to have for performance, and that's 100% what I feel should be at the heart of higher education, but isn't. Is that sort of aspect of feeling yourself, feeling out was the expression I was looking for. Feeling out a bunch of different things for yourself and finding out that one or two things speak to you in a way you didn't think.
Yeah, because that's definitely something I feel like I didn't get very many opportunities to explore, because with pursuing 2D animation as a major, I don't think you get very many opportunities to branch out, because like you do get some traditional classes every year, like you get life drawing, you get figure studies and all that, but it's all in the service of the animation pipeline.
Yeah,
and
of course.
You don't really learn much about like exploring different tools and stuff like that, and things that other artists will get on their own, which like it's tough to like make yourself do that sometimes. It's tough to get that opportunity, and I think that's really what college is supposed to be for, is like letting you have that opportunity. But like when like you said, when you try it and maybe for something you're not big on it and you don't do super well on it, and then they punish you for it, that sucks. That makes you not want to really experiment with things. And the thing about art college that really sucks is the amount of like regular curriculum stuff they make you do, which like it's college, but it sucks, because that's time you could be spending doing literally anything else, whether that's like literally, if that's sleeping, or like taking that time to try something different that you may like that is in your field. And because here's what really sucks is one of our mutual friends, when he was picking out colleges, he was going to go to the same college as me.
Oh,
and
yeah?
he used to be a lot bigger on this with like making little clay figures, and he's good at it. So like naturally he had an interest in like stop motion. My stop motion department in my college doesn't exist anymore. It was already on its last legs in my freshman year. It is now, as far as I am aware, gone. So that opportunity is now shot. This is something. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Now that you once you mentioned the clay figures, I knew who you were talking about, and I didn't realize he was looking into the college you went to.
Yep. Because he came into the city about like this is a very funny and casual thing to bring up here.
Yeah.
we're just shooting it, but he came into the city to kind of look around like I think a year or two ago, and
Okay.
that's why. But I don't know what the situation is.
I mean, that
now.
makes sense. That makes sense for like, wow, it really saves me with one life, huh?
Oh, his eyes are
I don't
red.
care. I'm just using fast forward at this point. That makes sense. Honestly, it's a big motivator to go somewhere far from where you live. Ugh. And like that does speak to me. For the thing that I was talking about, of how like there isn't a composition program at my university anymore. You still there?
Yeah. I was typing
Okay.
something.
Sorry. You're good. Okay. I thought for a hot second. Also because I saw the Discord notification, I thought for a hot second that like you dropped from the call or something.
I am here. I am watching.
Good God. Yeah, it just... This sure is the direction that this LP took, commentary-wise, but, like, if you want to go to college, go to community college, you know? Community college is a good idea if you want to go to college. I went to community college for years, and it was fine. If anyone tries to tell you that community college is somehow lesser, they're wrong. The only thing community college is going to be lesser on is budget. And that's fine, because you will get comparable experiences, if fewer experiences and fewer opportunities. And if you're okay with that, there's a lot you can get out of just going to community college, which is going to be way more affordable than any private college and any university.
Yeah, it especially sucks if you get a bad professor, and that's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen so easily, especially if it's in your major. Then you're really out of luck. Then I really don't like. You're gonna have a bad year. And it's gonna suck a lot. And I was really lucky. I had a really bad third year. Like it was comically bad. How bad the professor was, especially because it wasn't even the professor I had picked. The professor I picked was like my favorite professor. I had him for a couple of classes prior, and he was awesome. He's the nicest dude ever. He was super helpful. He talked to everyone like with the focus on like what they wanted to do. Like he would understand what you wanted to do and speak to you in that way. But over the summer, between years, he passed away, and that's like,
yeah.
So imagine going from your favorite professor to one you will soon learn is one of the worst you will have. I was also
on
lucky.
top of being a really heavy thing to experience, that also just leads to a way worse college experience. I'm really sorry.
I was lucky because a lot of the faculty of the animation department, and I don't mean like the higher faculty, I mean like the people in the barracks with you, like the people who were always there, always willing to like talk and figure stuff out. They always let me come and talk and kind of just air out my grievances and try and figure out what to do. And that was super duper helpful when the time came. So it's just a lot, and it sucks when it's your major.
Yeah, absolutely. I also got sort of lucky ish in that my percussion instructor was very encouraging of me pursuing opportunities at my university to use or develop my compositions. It still took a long time because depression and ADHD is a real fun combination in higher education, in trying to actually do things that you're interested in while having to balance things that are put in front of you, whether you want to do them or not. So it took me a long time, but like in the last couple of years I was at university, I did eventually start performing my compositions, arranging them for performance, and even bringing them to the percussion ensemble I was playing in the whole time I was at university. And I don't know why that was I thought that was a good way to deal with those. And like, it really is luck of the draw to get a good instructor who encourages you to emphasize things about yourself that you're interested in, that you care about, over things that are just like base level for your major, or for just the general expectations you're going to have. I just don't like being up there, is the problem. I'm so scared of being up there because the one time I actually got crushed.
Does it
So
push you from, like, if the platform just like goes up, does it naturally push you off because of the ceiling, or does it
you don't get crushed when it goes all the way up, but it does. If the crusher right above it is coming down even a little bit, it will crush you.
Yeah,
If you're standing on the platform.
If you're standing on it and it rises up into the ceiling, will you get pushed through the platform and then you just fall, or will you just stay on the platform?
It doesn't hit the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it's just like instinct.
Yeah, this really is something. You know, 7 deaths to it first time I got here.
It gives us more time to real talk about college. This is gonna be the most informative Sonic LP ever. This is the Sonic LP to watch if you're going to college.
I really want to break like my naming scheme for my LPs, just to say, watch this LP if you're going to college.
Wait. I'm trying to think of how you could say it and have it fit in the naming convention.
Let's play Sonic the Hedgehog Megamix, like all of it, and re-experience college.
And re-examine the value of college as an education.
Re-examine. Oh my god. I kind of want to like replace the word play, actually. It'd be fun to title this like, let's re-examine the value of higher education and artistry in Sonic the Hedgehog Megamix.
Like all of it.
That seems valuable. I'm gonna do that. Cause honestly, I don't know how, I don't know when or where or why, but if this video helps someone in their pursuit of higher education, good. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wish you the best.
Yeah. It's always a tough choice for me. Oh my god.
Die! Okay.
There he goes. Goodbye.
It's always a tough thing for you because...
College is...
Oh,
okay. Alright. Mighty's going. Mighty's going
Yeah.
to college. He's going to
Going off
college to
screen.
say this. He's going to say this to you about college. College is a good place to make friends and, like, kind of give you an opportunity to re-examine yourself and, like, try again, which is important regardless of if you have a good establishment where you are now, if you like it or not. And if that's the case, then I think oh my god.
This sucks.
Then I think the friends you will make in college will potentially be the best friends you will ever make in your entire life.
I feel very real about that. The closest IRL friends I have right now, 3 of them I met at university. One of them I met through one of those friends. and the most recent one I met through one of those friends. And, like, even... Cool, great way to start your demo. Even if, like, some of those friend group members are, like, tangential to the ones I met in university, there's, like, this through line that has made them all some of the strongest friends I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, we had a lot of bonding experiences through our shared... Oh, giving up, huh? Okay. Just can't do it.
Funny.
That is funny, I like that. Like, a lot of bonding experiences through our shared experiences of going through higher education in the same fields. But also a lot of, like, we saw each other so frequently and had that initial connection, and that was enough for us to, that was enough for, like, one of us to convince all the rest to come to the video game club on campus where we met constantly after that. And, like, those are, again, cool way to start your demo. Those are the kinds of opportunities you get in that space, in that collegiate space with other students that can form really strong bonds. It's been really important to me.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of my freshman year, is that, like, because all of the freshmen are, like, all of the freshmen, like, a couple of people went to some of the other dorms. I don't really know why you would, because I'm pretty sure they were even more expensive, but, like, it was definitely the freshman dorm. I think if you were in like a higher year than freshman, you couldn't stay in that dorm. Anyway, that was a stupid tangent. That dorm is where everyone congregated. In the basement, everyone would go down there. I was the person with the video games, so everyone would play Smash Brothers, everyone would play Mario Party all the time. And that was cool. That was a cool way to, like, get to know everyone. And it helps that everyone also just lived there, so, like, you could just go and do whatever you want with whoever you want, whenever you want, because it's freshman year and you have a comparatively lesser workload and you can just go do whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
There are so many... I don't think I could say formative anymore, but, like, there are things that I miss that I was able to do in freshman year that I can't really do now. And part of that is unique to my specific college space, like being in Manhattan, where I was specifically, and, like, the situations that happened and the people who I was with. But, like, everyone will get their own stuff. I do think that, like,
of course,
being in Manhattan makes it more conducive to it being weird stuff, but you get your stuff, and that's the important thing.
No, very, very similar here. If only because, like, I went to university in Oregon, and there's a lot of options in Oregon, but there's, like, a handful of specific spots where you're going to get some of the artsiest, weirdest, most out there faculty and students, and
Yeah.
I went to one of them, you know. It's... Since I don't really, like, know Manhattan or university super well, I can't say it's comparable, but, like, I get the feeling that... like, I had similar opportunities to meet really weird and interesting people and have interesting experiences artistically just because of where I happened to be.
Yeah. It was the further progression of worse and worse classes that completely removed my drive from being interested in all of the, like, secondary interested I had developed in freshman and second year. So that's another piece of advice. Be careful. Because, like, if you have one big idea that you've been sitting on forever, don't use that in your classes, because you will get it workshopped constantly. And if you are in a bad if you are in a bad, like, classroom situation for that, you will never want to work on it again.
Oh, mate, you're talking from experience.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It sucks so much that I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. It can be really hard to come up with original stuff on such a recurring basis for it to, like like to get you through. Like if you were to
Yeah.
come up with like a basically a new IP every year for each project, for some people it comes very easily because people can just make animation and then it's done, which I cannot do that. It is not
Yeah.
easy for me to just like pump something out like that. And if you can, you'll probably be fine. But if you can't,
If you can do that, you've got a lot going for you, just period.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you could do that, then like, don't worry, you will probably be pretty fine. And if you're malleable in terms of like which like working situations you can be in, then then you're set. You could do whatever you want, and you'll be fine, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like me, where you like have something and you feel kind of like contained about it, like you don't have the full toolbox of skills to do something yourself, then like hold on to it and keep like poking at it, but only let people that you really trust in on it. Do not like
Yeah.
bring it and workshop it. You gotta let it flourish on your own time, and then like come up with new little ammunition stuff to get you through the projects, because otherwise, yeah, you're never gonna want to do anything.
See, Sonic agrees.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely also in particular feel the bit about like bring it to people that you trust. Because that's what I've been doing with my online friends for years.
Mm-hmm. That's the cool thing about Discord, is that very unlike Skype, you can now have your own channels and servers dedicated to your own stuff and categories. This is like the stupidest thing to bring up, it might sound like, but it's real. It's real how cool and important it is. I like having like just like a little spot in some of the server that I am in with all of my friends, that I could just like post my stuff, and then these specific people can give me feedback, because like that's what I want.
Right. I also want that. It's great that we both have it.
Mm-hmm. Shakes your hand.
Shakes your hand. That's been Sonic Megamix, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you enjoyed the little teaser of how Sonic and Shadow play while we kept talking. Sonic has the light speed dash. Sonic and Shadow both have homing attacks. Sonic has this air dash when he doesn't homing attack, but Shadow is a double jump. Wow, they're so different. I think Shadow is the light speed dash also, but I'm not sure because I don't think I actually got it to work at all while I was playing as him. And yeah, it's 2D Sonic with the homing attack. Feel however you want to feel about that. And that's it. Hope you enjoy college.
Or don't. That's also okay.
Yeah, if you don't enjoy college, listen to your heart and your brain and your stomach. Please God, listen to your stomach if you go to college.
True. And listen to your sleep organs.
Real.
Here, this will be my last and shortest bit of advice. Miss class, sleep.
I was also gonna say that earlier and then forgot.
There it is.
You deserve to sleep. I'm gonna tell you this, if you've listened this far and you're not even like you've been through college, or you just don't care, you're not doing it, or like literally any reason, prioritize sleep. Care about your sleep schedule when you have like places that you have to be.
Yeah, if you watch this whole thing and it's really late right now, like you were watching it to wind down and now it's like 4 a.m. and you have a class tomorrow, skip it.
Yeah.
Don't go. Just sleep, please.
Yeah, like don't make yourself feel like garbage to go to class.
Especially if it's like an early class, skip.
Skip.